tall are you?
I'm 6'1", but I'm about 6'5" right now.
Would you say that dating at 6'5" is just as easy for you as it is shorter women?
No, probably harder for me a little bit.
Why is that the case?
I find a lot of men who don't want tall women. I was actually talking with my friend who's 6'5" without heels, and they often feel like they have to compete with us. So it's very hard to date a woman who's very tall. I would say 5'10" plus. If a man is competitive, it will come out for sure.
But what's your preference? Does your man have to be taller than you two?
No, I would say my preference of what I like would be 5'10" and up. I'm 6'1", like I said, without heels. But if it is my soulmate and he's 5'8", I would totally be with him. I've dated a guy that's 5'8", so.
So why do so many men get caught up in, I'm not 6 foot, she's probably not even going to give me a shot?
Because unfortunately, a lot of women do judge height, and a lot of women do have this trend of, he needs to be 6 foot plus, he needs to be 6 foot plus, and it's like a check. It's like a box they have to check. And it's going to limit so many women from being actually happy, because if you're hyper-focused on the physical, you're never going to be happy. Looks fade very quickly. Height fades very quickly. If looks were all that mattered, Hollywood couples would never break up. I dealt with it when I was younger, and when I listened to the haters of men saying, oh, I want a short girl, I want a little girl, I want a little side piece, I don't want a tall girl that's taller than me. And now I don't listen to that. I listen to the positivity and I embrace that. And I hope that men do the same when they hear women like me say height doesn't matter.
I want to talk about something that I don't see enough women being honest about, and that I honestly regret doing, which is posing half naked in bikinis on Instagram. I was so convinced that what I'm doing is right. I'm empowering other women. I'm showing women that you don't have to listen to a man. Like you know what I mean? I had that weird mindset that thought I was doing something right and that I'm empowering when I'm actually doing the opposite. If I had someone that looked like me, that resembled me, that was in the community telling me, hey, don't be half naked, respect yourself, don't just sell out your morals for men that don't even want you, men that just want to sleep with you, best believe I would have thought twice before doing the photo shoots that I did. And it's not a good feeling, you guys. It's not good that people follow you just because of your looks and not because of the person you are. I'm telling you, it's so common now that girls are selling themselves out that you're not special. Especially now, low riding in bikinis, you're not special because there's so many other girls that are willing to do it. And that's the scary thing, that so many girls, especially young girls, are doing this, and it just doesn't look right. And it's scary that these old photographers are capturing these young girls. The girls are going in so blind because they see so many other girls doing it, they think it's normal, but it's not. There are certain people that will uplift you and tell you what you're doing is right, that you look good. We don't realize that this isn't normal, this shouldn't be normal. It's such an ugly feeling knowing that you can't have certain people on your social media because you're ashamed that they're gonna see you see your body, see the way you're presenting yourself. If you can't have your brothers on social media, if you can't have your own dad on social media, maybe you should think about the way you're presenting yourself.
I don't mean this in an offensive way at all, I swear to God. But I feel like I see an attractive man like once every 30 men that I see. I see a bad everywhere I go. Even an average looking bad everywhere I go. An average looking, good looking man, I don't be seeing him. And I don't like that.
You know what the problem is? A lot of women grow up and they think that's normal to the point where they don't know when they gay. So like, think about if a man said the same thing, they be saying like, oh, I don't see that many attractive women, but these, I was like, yeah, that's gay right there. See what I'm saying? The women don't know because they grow up just like kissing, and you see what I'm saying? They used to that. Think about why so much man hating going on. So many women who got so many negative things to say about men, and the women who don't do that, they call them pick-me's. I think those the gay women. They don't know this about themselves though. But they say like this and then they be confused, right? When it comes to my mentality, I go outside, I don't see no attractive. All I see is fine women, that's it. You sound like you might like both and just don't know this yet. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. A lot of women say they want a man to lead, masculine, decisive, grounded, but what they actually want is the benefits of that, not what it asks them in return. They want him to plan, they want him to decide, they want him to take charge, they want him to be steady, but the moment they're not in control, they get uncomfortable. They question everything. They need explanations. They push back. They want to double check. They want to feel like they still have the upper hand. That's not partnership, that's control. You can't say you want a man to lead and then fight him every time he does. This isn't about being submissive like you don't have a brain. It's not about losing your voice. It's not about becoming small. It's about trust. Leadership asks you to let go of some control, to not manage everything, to not run the relationship from fear. And for a lot of women, that's hard, especially if you've had to be strong your whole life, especially if control is how you feel safe. So what happens is you want him to lead, but only in ways you approve of, only if it feels predictable, only if it doesn't trigger you. At that point, he's not leading. He's just doing what you allow. And men feel that. Good men don't stop stepping up because they're lazy. They stop because every dissident turns into a discussion or a fight. And then women say, he's passive. I feel like I am leading. Why don't men step up anymore? Because it stopped being safe for them to. You don't get masculine leadership without tolerating some discomfort. You don't get polarity while holding the steering wheel the whole time. This isn't about gender roles. It's about nervous systems. Control feels safe. Trust feels scary. And a lot of women say they want love, but what they actually want is control that feels like safety. So the question isn't, why don't men lead? The real question is, can I actually let go enough for someone to lead me? That's it. Sit with it.
So you gonna give it up to all the other men, but you gonna make your fiance wait?
Just another day in the office. Few discretion's advised.
Yes. Yes. Why do you think he's my fiance? Because he doesn't guilt trip me. He doesn't cross my boundaries. He has self-control.
So you out here catching bodies, but you didn't want to sleep with none of those men. Like it was never your idea. It was never your energy that fed into that interaction between you and that man. That's what you want us to believe. For the life of me, I would never understand how people can think they can be pro-choice, but not pro-responsibility. Ma'am, it is your responsibility to interact with people that don't cross your boundaries, that don't manipulate you, and that have self-control. Although we know you're cap, you're just saying that to avoid accountability, and it's apparent. However, I do have a few questions. At what point did you realize that these people were all those things? And if you did realize that, why did you give them the box? And if any of those things actually did happen, did you report any of it? Because what it seems to me is that you fell for the feminist movement about being liberated by having a whole bunch of sex, and you realize, oh, the movement is complete. And there's no coming back from it. I've given these men the best of me in the name of feminism, and the only way to make myself feel better about the bad decisions I've made, I'm going to say they manipulated me and took advantage of me. But back to the primary topic at hand. He's your fiance because he doesn't guilt trip you. He's your fiance because he doesn't cross your boundaries. He's also your fiance because he has self-control. Translation, I gave my body to the streets, and this was the only dumb enough to sign up for a program that's already been proven to not be stable, number one, and second, I know it is not in his best interest to continue forward with me. A program so one-sided that this man that I've committed to and he's committed to me will not get any box until the marriage is official, but all those random Tom and Harrys that never committed to me got the box. Who the is doing the math? I swear you just can't make it up. You can't. It's impossible. That's like me being a trick in the streets, and I'm a known trick, right? And then I get with a woman that I really like and I really want to be with. I commit to her and I'm like, hey, listen, before I start paying your bills and buying you everything like that, we got to be married first. You know what I'm saying? Because that means something to me. That woman will be well within her right to tell me to get her face because I'm playing with her. Because I really am. I'm a trick in the streets, but with you, I'm financially celibate at that point until we're married. Who in their right mind would ever take a deal like that? That literally makes no sense. And they will get on this very internet with their whole chest and say it so confidently, like the man that actually committed to her is getting a great deal. But to conclude, I will leave y'all with this. I will always respect a woman that's willing to wait for marriage before. But one thing I will never respect is a woman that's already given her body to the streets and now she's trying to revert back into that. It will never work that way. But you know what? I know she ain't gonna listen to shit I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, I keep the change.
And I like the fact that she used the word hyper-focused. Because you can be focused on somebody's looks, you can be focused on their beauty, and all of that is fantastic. But a lot of times modern women hyperfixate and they focus on things that don't actually matter all that much, right? Even if you say I want a man that's attractive, you find a man that's relatively attractive. He might not be Brad Pitt, but he's relatively attractive. You could probably do some things with him, right? And then he's got good character to boot, but they will ignore that type of man and say, no, I want a man that is a little bit toxic. I want a man that 6 foot, right? Over 6 feet, makes a lot of money, but he's not the most emotionally intelligent. He's not the most emotionally mature person, but it's okay because he makes money and he's tall. It's all about the aesthetics for a lot of these modern women. That's why they go, I want a man that's 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 pack, because he looks the part. But that man, a lot of these men be trash. And that's what they come out there for, to be trash so I can get you in the bed and then go on and do what I was going to do in the first place.
Hello.
Okay, they gotta talk about your bonnet. You don't care?
Huh? No.
Okay.
Because they gonna take me as I am.
They're gonna okay, what's your name?
My name is Tish. I'm from Illinois.
What you do for a living?
I'm an escort. What?
So you get paid to have sex with men?
Correct.
What you calling me for? You already got to pull them in the
No, listen. But I'm trying, you know what I'm saying, to, I just want to, one friend, that's it.
So the men you sleeping with, they can't be your friend?
I mean, they okay, they already occupied, they are married and stuff like that, so.
Well, let me ask you, have you ever had a boyfriend while you've been an escort?
I have, of course, I have 11 kids.
Are you being honest?
I'm being very honest with you, yeah.
How many baby daddies do you have?
I have 2.
Okay, so you couldn't be with any of those men?
No, because he's a mess. He was toxic, my first baby daddy.
How old are your kids?
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old. And
your 14-year-old daughter has a 2-year-old daughter?
Yeah. A 2-year-old son.
A 2-year-old son?
Yeah.
So your daughter got pregnant at 11?
Yeah, she got pregnant at 11 and had her baby at 12. Correct.
Did she get pregnant by a boy her age?
Yes.
Tish, here's the deal. You're being authentic with me, right?
I'm being very authentic with you.
This is a lot, and you already know this space. So are you ready for the conversation that's going to be had around you?
Yeah.
So these are the questions I ask everyone, right? And when you say the amount of kids, the next question is, how old are they?
Oh my gosh, you want all my kids' ages?
Yes.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I have a 1-year-old.
So the 1-year-old, and this is by 2 men?
Yes.
Have you ever been married?
No.
And why you're not with the 1-year-old dad again?
What, you talking about the one with the 10 kids?
Oh, you have 10 kids by one and then 1 kid by one other person?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, why are you not with the man you have 10 kids with? Check out the full interview now inside the Kendra G Singles dating app, available on iPhones and Android phones.
You rather deal with a married man that never tells you no, or your own man that tells you no 45% of the time?
No, I'm dealing with the married man. Nah, I take the married dude. I'm sorry. I'm the married man. Married. I'm sorry. Tell me yes. Everything. Oh, the married. Yeah, give me him.
I will deal with my man that tell me no, because I'm going to beat him the fuck up.
I'm taking the married guy, because why am I with you? You keep saying no for. I think I'm going to go with the married guy. I don't like the word no, so. A married man. Married man.
The married man.
A married man. You're my little secret.
My own guy that tell me no 45% of the time.
A married man. Do a married man, because 9 times out of 10 we sure need anyway.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to take the married man. Like,
why? I need to be told no sometimes. You can't always get what you want.
This is how deep in a sunken place the modern feminist woman's mind is. I think I just be making stuff up when I say most modern women today, they want a yes man. They don't want a real man. They don't want a man that's going to challenge them. They just want somebody they can control and get their way 24/7. Out of all them women, it was only one with some kind of common sense. Modern women today, they don't want a man who challenges them. They want a man who obeys them. A man they can talk to like he's a child, boss around, get whatever they want, have their way 24/7. Modern women will scream, I want a real man, until a real man shows up, and then they crumble and crack under their pressure because they're not used to hearing no. They don't want nobody to tell them no. They always want to be right. They always want to have their way. And in no successful relationship does that ever happen.
Hey fellas, nigga note, if the video ever starts out with if a man, just know it's about to be some viewer discretion is advised.
Text me and I'm on my way to do any type of woman maintenance, hair, nails, lashes, wax, and I tell you what I'm doing and you don't offer to pay or you just don't send no money, you can really go to hell.
Sound the alarms. There's another beggar on the loose. I don't know how we keep letting these hoes get away. We have to, like, we've been infiltrated. One of you is letting these hoes out every time we lock them up. Every day a video of a new beggar surfaces, and I'm trying to address them one by one, but this shit is becoming overwhelming. I would never understand for the life of me. If I am attractive, right? If I'm a woman, I'm attractive, and I feel like I got all this motion, I get what I want. I should never have to beg for anything. Like, it should just appear like I got Fairly Odd Parents or something like that.
And you can really lose my number because...
You know what? That's actually a point I can agree with. That person definitely needs to lose your number. But you know who needs to find a number? Like to a company that's hiring? You. That way you can make your own currency, right? And now you don't have to get online begging men to do it, especially random men that you don't know. Because if you had a guy taking care of all those things that you just mentioned, you wouldn't be online talking to us about it. It is clear one of the you with did not send the bread, and now you feel some kind of way, so you got to vent. You came to the internet to say what you think men should be doing. Sweetheart, it don't always work that way. And if you are who you think you are, you would get what you wanted.
I don't know. It just bothers my soul.
What should bother your soul is that you broke. That should bother you much more. That should not be something you can sit comfortably with. Not the fact that he didn't send you the money. What it should be is like, bro, I'm broke. That bothers my soul. I gotta change this.
Knowing I'm telling you what I'm about to do, and you know it's gonna involve spending some bread, and you ain't sending nothing. Like, leave me alone forever.
That's literally the best part of the whole video. Fellas, please take her serious. Leave her alone. Forever. It's clear she's financially dependent. Don't bother with her. There's no need. But like any other video, you ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. I keep the change.
Remember that chick that ended her engagement recently? She's speaking out about it.
I ended my engagement. I have been debating sharing this with the internet. I always said that I was never going to be the kind of influencer that only shares the good parts of my life. I've been able to build a platform because I'm authentic. It's really important for me to own my narrative instead of letting people assume and start rumors. Ending my engagement was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do in my entire life. It's really not the breakup itself that's hard, but it's also having to like break up with the idea of the future that you planned and grieving that too. And at this big age, 31 years old, it feels like your clock is ticking faster and faster. I think that if sharing my story helps just one person, then it's worth it. I was trying so hard to make it work. Eventually, trying to make it work felt exhausting. It literally took me accepting the hard truth that I tried to ignore. The moment I accepted that and said it out loud, I felt so much relief and honestly freedom. Not because I didn't care. I was finally listening to myself.
So he basically dodged a bullet because I don't hear what she's saying here that's making any sense to where he was a good man. He was willing to marry her. He loved her. This is her fighting something in herself of he's missing something. This is that same that 80-20. He's a good man. He got everything going, but there's something missing. It's me. It's not you. It's me. She's an influencer. I'm sure her friends influence her decisions, always telling her Homegirls, they will steer women that have a good thing down the wrong direction. And then she talks about being authentic. You literally went online to put out, oh, I ended my engagement, I'm moving now, starting a new life. Like, you put that out there into the world for people to, get that own narrative. That's why she's backtracking and making this video now, because she cares about what other people think. When if it's something that's the hardest thing in your life, why wouldn't you keep that to yourself? That's something that y'all went through. The internet don't gotta know your damn business, especially about something so personal. And so she's putting it out there, talking about, oh, you could just start over. You are 31. The wall is coming. And shout out to her dude, because he dodged a bullet. He literally dodged a bullet. He saved himself a lot, because Lord knows if she would have married this man with the way her mind works, she would have divorced him. He would have lost half of whatever he got. And let me tell you something, that influencer life, that is toxic. So he dodged the bullet, and by the time she's ready to spin the block, knowing that the streets ain't for her, hopefully he got, a woman that doesn't have to go to the internet for validation to tell everything about her life, to where now she got to backtrack and give this story about, well, I just chose me. She just doubled down. She didn't say and then help somebody. All she's doing is giving advice. Hey, if you feel you're in a great relationship with a great person, don't be afraid to leave. That's what I'm getting out of this. So yeah, homie dodged the bullet. Good for him.
Kendra's asking, why are you not with the man that he had 10 kids with? But we know that modern women are going to make excuses, and it's going to be the man's fault. You have 11 kids. That woman had 11 kids. 11 kids. I'm looking for it. And I'm sleeping with people for money. So I'm out there in the street, messing around. And I want somebody, well, why are you calling me? Because I want somebody wholesome. I want somebody that's better than me. I want somebody that I don't qualify for. That's what modern women think. They think when they get on dating apps, and they think when they get on TV shows or social media shows like this, dating contest or whatever you want to call it like this, there's going to be some man somewhere out there. Even if I feel like I'm, just casting, I'm just going to throw something out there and see what sticks. That's what they're doing. I want to see, is in it that I'm basically marketing. Are there any takers? And then not only that, you get up on here with a bonnet, not looking great. Do you have nothing going for you at all?
At what point are we allowed to start for some money?
Digital panhandling at its finest. Viewer discretion is advised.
Cause y'all be all upset at us at the beginning when we be like, oh, can I get my nails done? Can I get my hair done? Well, when can I?
How about when it's an actual committed relationship? How about that? How about when it's confirmed that you are mine and I am yours, and we with each other? And it's not about the money. It's about the fact that you with me and I with you. How about that? How about the point when you prove to me that it's not about the money, right? It's not that you're just waiting on the moment to ask me for some money. How about that? How about when you make your intentions clear to me? Like, hey, I'm going to bust it open for you. I just want you to pay a couple of these bills. Because contrary to popular belief, the frustration doesn't come in because y'all ask for money. It's the fact that y'all ask men y'all don't even know, or men that y'all haven't done anything for. And some of y'all don't even ask. Y'all demand it like you are entitled to this man's funds. You see how you get online and made this video? You're digitally panhandling right now. This is the shit we don't like because we don't know you. This is the worst time and the worst way to ask a man for some money, because the first thing we are thinking is, who the is she? You see how that worked? Not to mention you made that video and then called men at the end of it. That's not a really good selling point. You're not really convincing us. But knowing y'all ain't gonna listen to me. Y'all still gonna be asking random men that y'all don't know or y'all haven't done anything for some money. And like in every other video, y'all ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
To look natural is by contradiction to look cheap. When men say they like a natural woman, what they mean is they want someone who is an inexpensive upkeep. When they look at you as a single woman and they see that you have an expensive bag, your nails are done, your hair is done, your skin is clear, your body is tea, all they see is dollar signs. And they know that that will be expensive for them now and more so in the future. This is why most men will say, I like a natural woman, when they in fact do not. That is just all they can afford currently. When they get the financial means to afford their 10 out of 10, the girl who takes care of herself, the girl who likes luxury things, the girl who wants to live a soft life, they will go ahead and jump ship on that natural girl and go to her. Because although men don't know the true cost of all of the beautifying treatments that we get as women, they have some sort of an idea. When you look good, smell good, have good hair, have good hygiene, and do the additional things on top of that, they know you're not playing games. That's going to cost them money. You are not free. So they'll go to Pick Me Sally over here, who wears no makeup, whose hair's in a hot bun mess, who wears Cookie Monster pajamas, and it's not because she's better than you. In fact, she's not. It's because she's easier and she's less upkeep. So for all my baddies out there who are always thinking, why am I single? I take care of myself. I like nice things. I have a good job. I, buy all of these things for myself. It's not you, baby. It's that men see you and see a price tag that they just cannot afford. Keep it pushing. You'll find that one. I love you.
Hold on, Tammy. I want you to say this, what you just said to me on camera, to the people of social media land, okay? Can you repeat that? I know I just paused you because I want to pull the camera out because I need to get this documented, okay? Okay. Here we go. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, say what you were saying.
I said that I am an anomaly. We were talking about how women are saying men have to make 6 figures or they got to be 6 feet tall or like all the stuff that, makes them only be looking for like 1% of men worldwide, right? And I said, I'm an anomaly. And not because I'm married. People get married all the time. Not even because I've been married for 24 years. I am an anomaly because I have been loved well. And you will be surprised how many women have never experienced being loved well, being respected well, being honored well by a man. So when you remove that, all there is to reach for is the 6 figures, the big house, the fancy car, the expensive bags, the trips, because I got to get something out of it. So when they don't understand that there is no value that can be placed on being loved well, they don't even know what it feels like. They don't even know what it looks like. So they reach for superficial things. Not to say you want somebody broke or you want somebody that has no, desire to do things for you. But I'm telling you, all of that without being loved well is whatever too.
So do you want to give me a thank you or a gift? Go ahead.
What do you mean?
You say.
I mean, absolutely. Thank you for loving me well, but I don't think it's not all because of me. It's the man you are. Whoever you would have married, you would have loved her well. It's who you are.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm just fortunate. I'm blessed.
You look blessed to me.
Blessed!
I love you.
I love you for it.
It's based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled. That's a catch. And so
80% of the women you surveyed is settling? What are women too picky about here?
Well, I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date. And men named 3 things. They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind. And she has to be interesting to talk to.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they wouldn't do it. And there were things like he wore a brown belt with black shoes.
You're broken up or you're working together? I'll tell you the story real quick. So essentially, she's broken up with me and I've told her I don't want to go on holiday. But the problem is, the holiday was £1,000, non-refundable. I mean, what's the biggest secret you've kept from him and he kept from you?
Maybe once lied about who was at a place I was at, but nothing big.
What was that?
No, like there's been people at places that you just don't need to know about.
Who?
Nothing.
Go on.
I'm not naming names.
He's asking you a question.
I'm not naming names.
Say it. How about you, bro? Like, what's the biggest lie he told us? I just don't think I've lied. I swear on my life. Damn.
Other than maybe saying someone's not somewhere.
Go on.
Ben, shut up.
What's the more thing you have done while being split? Well, she has gone and got with someone and messaged someone in the 2 weeks we were broken. And you still went without her? Refundable. It's not refundable, but your emotions are non-refundable, you know? I know.
It makes me feel really bad person now.
No, you know, from what I can hear, you seem like a really bad person. You know, I wouldn't treat a girl like that, you know? I think this guy is really loyal to you and you just with his feelings and his money and his bank account, everything. Just look at this man, bro. Look at his face. He's in pain now. He doesn't want to show he's in pain. Look at this girl, though. She's happy. She doesn't care.
Every time I'm around a guy and his friends, I get so jealous of them. So jealous. Like, I will never experience that kind of friendship or companionship. And as much as girls like to say online, they're like, no, I support other women. I love girls. Like, I'm a girl's girl. Like, that crap. It's not real. No one actually carries it out. No one actually, even though they believe this concept, it is not shown through their actions. And I know it makes me sound like a pick-me and like an attention seeker. Like, yeah, like all of these girls hate me. Everyone is so jealous of me. I know that's how it sounds, but like genuinely, like I'm not a freaking idiot. Like you can kind of tell when someone low-key doesn't like you and they're just being nice to you, but they can't stand you. I promise I'm not as insufferable as I seem online. Like I'm genuinely a nice person and I give everyone a chance, but like, gosh, it is so lonely. I realize I'm not gonna have any bridesmaids at my wedding. I have my sisters and those are probably the only women that will end up in my life because girls are so competitive and so catty and everything is passive. No one will ever be direct with how they feel. And it makes me sad because I don't know how I'm ever supposed to feel fulfilled in that capacity. All of my friendships have been cooked in one way, shape, or form. And the root cause has always been someone has been jealous. There was some sort of resentment that was growing that was never confronted. But why were they resentful? Because they were jealous of something I was doing or my social media, which sounds so pick-me and disingenuous, I know. But like, that's just what happened. I promise this isn't a self-pity rant, but I figured someone else has to be experiencing this. I cannot be the only person that is completely antisocial.
You know, the lady was, modern women are so delusional. I think she was talking about men know the cost of women and their maintenance and their makeup and all that stuff. But the thing is, when y'all are doing y'all's makeup and y'all's maintenance, y'all know when to stop. Y'all know when to say, well, maybe I can't afford this, so I'm gonna do something different. I still want my nails done. How can I make that happen? Because I don't want to go in here paying $200, $300, $400 for nails. I gotta get my hair done. So what are we gonna do in order to get there? And you make it work. You do something to where you don't have to spend that amount of money, but you can still look good. But when you get with a man, oh, now the price goes up. Now you're going to have to pay for this expensive nail appointment, this expensive hair appointment. Everything that I saved money on, and I was figuring out ways to save money, you're going to have to pay full price. And guess what else modern women do that on? Body count. I gave my body to all these men. Now the premium is going up for you. Now you got to pay full price. That means no sex until marriage. We're not even going to be playing around like that. I might allow you to give me a kiss or whatever, and we can snuggle, but I don't want any sexual activity. The premium just went up. And men are asking, why does the premium go up for somebody that actually likes you? I don't know. It's just how it is. And it's the same thing with all of this lip filler and the stuff that you guys be getting. Oh, well, the price just went up. Now you got to pay for all these things, and you got to make me a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife because I'm not going to be having any kids. Regardless of if you want them, I'm not going to be having them. Do you think that's a good deal for a man?
Just want to make sure I'm understanding this right. So you believe that you deserve the world, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong at all with that. But I just have one question. You say that you deserve the world, and your justification for that is you have all of these men in your life who buy you Uber Eats and take you out on dates and Uber Blacks, and they just provide everything to you. So you feel a sense of privilege. I should be taken care of because all of these men are willing to take care of me. And yet you're not dating a single one of them. Why? No. Don't leave. Don't leave the conversation because you know you don't have an answer. Well, you actually know the answer, you just don't want to say it, right? It's because you have expectations of what a man should be. My man has to look like this, and he has to make this amount, and he has to have a home like this, and you want a man like that to treat you like the simps do when they're not going to, because the reason they have everything in life is because they didn't simp over women. If you have multiple men in your life that provide you whatever you want whenever you ask, then you should date those men. You shouldn't be saying, this is what I expect out of my man, because you'd get that out of your man if you dated the men that already did it for you.
So you like when I have fun, right? But you just don't like when I'm having fun and you not there. You don't think that's some hating shit? like just a little bit. So let me get this straight. You hungry? You want food? I ask you what food you want, and I go get it. You find out I ain't get no food for myself because I'm not hungry. And now you not hungry? That's what you telling me? You ain't talked to me all day. And now I find out it's because you had a dream that I was cheating? So you got mad at something your brain made up, and now you putting that on me? Did you just say if you pay for something in cash, it's technically free because you never saw the money leave your bank account? Oh, we never getting out the hood. Okay, so you miss me. And instead of calling me, texting me, letting me know you miss me, you catch an attitude. Now I'm sitting here trying to figure out why you got an attitude. Now I'm getting tight. You find out I'm tight, so now you tight that I'm tight because you tight and I don't know why. Whole time you tight because you miss me. That don't make no sense. You blocked my barber like 50 times on my phone because you don't like when I call him to get a haircut. But when you want your hair done, you ask me to pay for it so you can go outside and have fun. Am I your slave? You want me to have money, right? You don't want me to be broke. You want me to have some money so I could spend some money on you, right? How the hell get some money when you want me to hang out with you all day, every day? Where am I find the time to get some money? You come to me with problems, and then you get mad at me for finding solutions? Isn't that the whole reason you brought the problem to me? You be wanting me to do certain shit for you, but you don't want to have to tell me to do this shit. Because if you have to tell me, you don't want me to do it no more. But how am I supposed to know what you want me to do if you don't ever tell me? I want you to go get me a soda. I'm gonna tell you, yo, can you go get me a soda? I'm not gonna go get me a soda. Go get me a soda. You see how that don't make no sense? All I'm saying is, you preach communication and all that, but you get mad and then stop talking to me. Now I gotta beg you to tell me why you mad at me. I don't want to beg for that. I want you to tell me why you mad so I can beg for forgiveness. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Do you know why I say it's all men?
Do tell. How are we going to rationalize generalizing an entire population of people today?
Because the men that are like, it's not all men, they always prove that they're part of the problem.
So some men are showing that they're problematic. What a novel revelation that must be. But most reasonable people actually do understand that there are problematic individuals in every demographic. Although what those individuals do understand that others seem to not is that just because there are some members of the group that act in a certain way that makes the rest of them look bad doesn't mean that it's justifiable to generalize that entire demographic. For instance, there are some women that do not seem to know how to form a rational and logical argument. However, that does not mean it's a justification to say that all women are irrational and overly emotional. See how that works? So if you can't say that you would justify generalizing all women based on the actions of some, why exactly would you justify generalizing all men?
You know why I say it's all men?
Do tell. How are we going to rationalize generalizing an entire population of people today?
Because the men that are like, it's not all men, they always prove that they're part of the problem.
So some men are showing that they're problematic. What a novel revelation that must be. But most reasonable people actually do understand that there are problematic individuals in every demographic. Although what those individuals do understand that others seem to not is that just because there are some members of the group that act in a certain way that makes the rest of them look bad doesn't mean that it's justifiable to generalize that entire demographic. For instance, there are some women that do not seem to know how to form a rational and logical argument. However, that does not mean it's a justification to say that all women are irrational and overly emotional. See how that works? So if you can't say that you would justify generalizing all women based on the actions of some, why exactly would you justify generalizing all men?
Over 50% of women over 40 are on antidepressants. Let that sink in. Half of an entire generation of women medicated just to cope with life. And no, this is not just about a chemical imbalance. It's about what's really happening to women.
I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of stress on me right now.
So a lot of my single mom friends have been like, oh, I'm so depressed. And I'm like, well, have you gotten laid recently? And they're like, well, no. And I'm like, well, bingo.
I'm 38 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house.
I'll be 41 next week. And yeah, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to really tell you this shit. So after the age of basically like 32, that is when you're just going to date people that are coming off of divorce.
I am 50 years old and I have never been married and I don't have kids. And I know that some people think that is a red flag.
I'm 45 and child-free and I regret not having children.
No, I'm not the only person that feels this way. I'm turning 40 next year and I'm single with no children.
You ever have those days at work where you wish you would have married that attorney when you were 27 years old for his children?
Anybody else struggling with dating after their 40s?
Are there any men left out there in this entire universe that prefers a woman in her 40s with a natural body?
No one tells you just how lonely your 40s can be.
I do get very triggered around going to my brother's at Christmas and all the kids being there and I'm the only single person there, and I've started feeling, I mean, he doesn't know this, but I feel such, I can't help it, and it brings me shame.
Yo, entitlement be having these average looking women talking crazy.
So I paid for HingeX and I literally ran out of people on day one. I paid for whatever the most expensive Hinge membership is. I did 1 week, and I'm pretty sure it's HingeX, but whatever the $25 a week one is, I paid for 1 week. I ran out of people in 1 day. I have only had the membership for 1 day and it's already saying, oops, we're out of people. Change your parameters. You know what my parameters are? My parameters are 6'2" and above, anywhere between age 29 and 34. And then I bumped it up to 35, ran out of people again. How is there no one between the ages of 29 and 35,
Jesus.
6'2" and above in LA? This is one of the biggest cities ever. I don't know if I'm just not attracted to the people that they're showing me. Like, they weren't cute. I'm gonna be so honest, but I tried to give a few people a chance. I think I sent maybe 2 or 3 likes out of everyone and I've already ran out of people. It's day one. I keep going back to the app. There's no more people. How?
Yo, the entitlement with this woman is insane. She needs Invisalign more than she needs a dude above 6'2". Like, I don't think she understands, like, 6'2" and above, it's like 4%. It's not that much of the population, especially your age ranges between 29 and like 35. And then she says, these guys are not even cute. Yo, shorty, you are average at best. The entitlement and free attention just overinflate this ego. This is like a drive-through McDonald's worker applying for a CEO job of a company and wondering why the math is not adding up. The expectations with this one are insane, so your options shrink, but the expectations don't. Like, she has to understand, even Hinge is telling her, yo, you need to change your parameters. Like, yeah, because you are overinflating what the hell you looking for. I don't know how tall she is, but I doubt she needs a dude over 6'2". And then she's thinking she looks crazy good. It's because dudes be giving chicks like this, average women, free attention, and they're like, yeah, I'm the and she got that syndrome right now. Not for nothing with the grill that she got, she's only getting back shots because I don't even want to look at you.
Once again, modern women are thinking they're more than what they actually are. And they get on, and it's funny because they get online and they say this nonsense. They get online talking about it. And you just be sitting there looking at them like, you can't even command that. That you out of your, we talk about all the time, and they tell men all the time how they're out of a man's league. Have you seen yourself? Be realistic. That's what men are trying to get you to do. Be realistic. You don't look that good. Not that good to where you can be sitting up here running your mouth. Period. Stop doing that.